Hi guys, welcome back. If you don't know me, I'm Brooke, and on this channel I share all of my thrifty, Martha Stewart, Nora Ephron obsessed life. Today I am finally giving you a tour of our pretty much entirely thrifted one-bedroom apartment here in Los Angeles. I get asked about this all the time. I think partially it's because where I film and take pictures is, obviously intentionally set up to look very aesthetically pleasing. The whole apartment is not like that. And so if you are expecting this to be some AD tour, go somewhere else. This is going to be a very this is our real thrifted apartment. There's gonna be some stuff that's not cute. So be prepared. So I thought we would start in the kitchen because that is where I spend the most time. It's my favorite space. So let's get started. As soon as you walk in the door, to the left is the kitchen, and this area is where a dining table or breakfast nook should go, but I bake so much and I film a lot of content here, so I have this camera mount kind of permanently here. I can tuck it away when I'm not using it. And I have two big workspaces. I built that long table under the shelves. I put the shelves up. Those are track shelving. And pretty much everything here is thrifted. To the right of that is the actual kitchen area. So you can see it's really not that big. I've got one little counter space where the sink is, and then the stove is on the other side. I put up shelves above the stove, and pretty much everything in here has to be very functional and have a lot of storage. To the right of the front door is the dollhouse. This is where I film a lot of dollhouse progress content, and this entire corner is all thrifted. That desk, these bookcases all came from Facebook Marketplace. The chairs were from the thrift stores. I always find really great books at Savers, so if you are in the market for some old books, I always have really good luck at Savers. On the very top of this shelf, I have a lot of plants with some grow lights because the apartment doesn't really get that much natural light. I recently sold the credenza that the TV was on because it was taking up too much space. So this is a temporary solution. I'm on the hunt for a new credenza. Prepare yourself for this eyesore. These are my seamless rolls for filming self-tapes, and I keep them like this because they're just so much easier to pull down and roll up again instead of setting up tripods. So they're awful, but very convenient. This wall separates the kitchen from the living room, and I'm so grateful for it. Not only does it designate a separate space and give my couch a landing place, but I also have a whole palette to hang a gallery wall. And this is one of my favorite things in the apartment. It's always growing and changing. I use really small nails, so whenever I thrift new pieces to add to it, I can move them around pretty easily, and I just spackle up the old nail holes. But this is a really great way to add some charm to your space. And now we're going down the hallway. To the right is storage, and straight ahead is our tiny bathroom. This is kind of my least favorite room. This is kind of the natural state. It's clean, but I didn't tidy up and make it, photo shoot ready. So this is a good look at what it actually looks like. Here's our bedroom. This room also just kind of doesn't inspire a lot. Our bed recently broke, so our mattress is on the floor now. I'm hunting for a new bed. And it's just kind of simple in here. Doesn't get a lot of light, so I don't love to spend any daytime in here, but there are trees outside of our window that kind of separate the buildings, and it does make it feel like we're in a little tree house. My husband's office space is in here, and I also put up that track shelving a while ago, and his shelves are just packed with all of his Stephen King books and a lot of pop art. So I'll quickly take you back out into the living room so you can get an idea of the floor plan. So that's the apartment. It's definitely a lot more spacious than a lot of people have, and we're really grateful for it. But at the same time, we are two adults in their mid-30s that have a lot of hobbies and interests and a dog, and we really have grown out of this space. So I really kind of did this for two reasons. One, I want you to see what a very thrifted home is and what you can do on such a budget. If you have a little bit of patience, you can really curate an elegant, cozy home. And it's nice to have like a capsule of our space, because if we do have the opportunity to move, then it will just be really nice to have this like tour to look back on. It's going to be really emotional to leave this space because we've been here for over a decade. This is the longest I've actually ever lived in a home throughout the course of my entire life, because my childhood was kind of split between two cities. So this has been home, this little apartment. But I'm also feeling very claustrophobic here. I really want some privacy and land, and I'm ready to move on. And maybe putting this out there will bring some of that juju. And then our perfect home will open up. You know what I mean? So thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you have a favorite like nook or cranny of my apartment, let me know what it is. I don't want to say like room because there's only so many rooms, but I definitely have a couple favorite spaces that I spend a lot of time in. If you have any space maximalizing hot tips, please share them with us below in the comments. I'm sure everyone would appreciate it. I definitely would. Thanks again for hanging out with me. I will see you next time. Bye.